It is definitely solid wood. That's the most common phrase I hear when I come to pick up a piece of furniture. This dresser wasn't an exception. I knew for sure it wasn't 100% solid wood. I couldn't check the back because the top was painted all over, but I was hoping it would be walnut. Veneer, of course, not solid, because I had refinished a similar dresser before and it was walnut. It will be easy to refinish. There are just two coats of paint, a teal one and a white one. Yeah, easy peasy. Hi everybody, welcome to another makeover. I started stripping, and usually when I'm not sure what's underneath the paint, I do one drawer first because it can give me a quick idea of what I'm working with. But this time, I decided to start with the top, probably because I was so convinced that this dresser was exactly the same walnut one I had worked on before. I'm not 100% sure, but this white paint looked like Rust-Oleum chalk paint. It had a really strong grip on the surface. Even my heavy-duty stripper was struggling in some areas. And I found another coat of paint. In some spots, the stripper got through to it, and there was no walnut veneer underneath. Just one solid piece of MDF with painted fall wood grain. That means I'm painting the top, but there's no way I can sand this paint mess without taking it all the way down, which would take quite some time. So I decided it might actually be easier to strip the paint. While the stripper was working on the top, I moved onto the drawers. And here I tried my trick with the heat gun. I slightly warmed up the surface and then applied the stripper over it. It proved to be a really good method for stripping top coats, and it worked on the paint as well. Here is the drawer with the heat being applied, and here's the drawer without. And actually, I applied the stripper to this one first, so it's been sitting there for a bit longer. I covered the dresser with plastic film to help the stripper work and keep it from evaporating. But even then, it was taking a lot of time. That's why I decided to try removing the paint with the heat gun. I don't really like doing that. First of all, it's so stinky. It smells worse than paint stripper, and even after airing out the garage with all the doors and windows open, the smell still sticks around. And I can't leave the doors and windows open while I'm doing it because it's freezing outside. But for this particular paint, it seemed like the best way to remove it. So I used the heat gun on the rest of the drawers, except for three bottom ones. I decided to paint those to match the top and the sides of the dresser, which will also be painted. Once the paint was removed, more or less, it was time to sand. Since the top was still drying, I started with the drawers. And the drawer fronts turned out to be birch, just what I was hoping for because I already had an idea in mind. The jars with the paint still on, I just scuff sanded since I'm repainting them anyway. Then I moved on to the top, and there was a lot of sanding. The idea I had in mind was to enhance the wood grain on the drawer fronts to get that kind of sandblasted look without using a sandblaster. The funny thing is, I got sandblaster for Christmas, but unfortunately, a high capacity compressor didn't come with it. But I do have a drill and a wire brush attachment, so here we go. I'm using it. I do the wire brushing following the wood grain. It works either way, whether you go with the grain or just move the brush back and forth across the drawer front. But I find that following the wood grain makes it look a bit more consistent. It doesn't take long. I think I spent about 3 minutes ish on each drawer. If you're going to do something like that, I have to warn you, it is a very dusty process. So don't forget to set your drill's rotation so that you're brushing the wood dust away from you, not onto yourself. I only have this wire brush attachment, but there are different types out there, wire or nylon brushes. They are actually the equivalents of different grades of sandpaper. I use this one and I'm happy with the result, but you can also use higher grit brushes. They will bring out the wood grain a bit more deeply and they will make the surface a little smoother. I'm going to stain the drawers in 2 steps. Here I'm mixing this beige paint wash for the first step, and the second step will be applying an actual stain. Once the paint wash was completely dry, I applied a gel stain in the color Provincial. I don't usually let it sit on a surface for long. I apply it and I wipe it off immediately. But also, I don't rub too hard because I want to leave a bit of this stain in the wood grain for depth and texture. And I absolutely love how it turned out. It's worth mentioning that before I do any staining on the dresser, I always test everything on samples first. It's not like I was born knowing how to mix a paint wash or combine it with different stains. It really takes trial and error, and I try out different combinations on the samples until I get the look I want. Before painting, I primed the parts I was planning to paint. The drawers were pretty straightforward, just primer, but the top was a bit more complicated. While I was sanding, I exposed some raw MDF, and since both the primer and the paint are water-based, there was a chance it might show through. So to even out the surface, I started with a coat of clear shellac. Once shellac is completely dry, it's pretty much ready for paint. But since it's me and I like to play it safe, I go ahead and add an extra coat of primer. Once the first coat of paint on the top dried, I noticed a few small scratches I had missed. They were tiny but still visible. So I filled them in, and this time I decided to try a new product. It is a glazing putty, originally meant for automotive use. The scratches were too small for regular wood filler, it just wouldn't stay in. And I heard that this product works great for filling them. So I applied it and I left it to dry. In the meantime, I put a second coat of paint on the drawers, and in total I did 3 coats. This is a urethane paint and it doesn't require a top coat. I've tested it and it's super durable. Honestly, I love it and I think I'll be sticking with this brand from now on. The stain on the drawers had been drying for over 24 hours, and before I could apply the top coat, I needed to put the pulls back on. I used the original nails, they were still sticking out from the handles, but they didn't go in easily. The only way to do it without damaging my enhanced wood grain was to use a clamp. I also wrapped the handles in a towel for a bit of extra protection. Even though this stain on the drawers had been drying for 24 hours, I still decided to seal it first with a coat of clear shellac because remember, I had stains sitting deep in the wood grain, not just on the surface. By that time, the glazing putty I used on the top had dried. I sanded it, but I didn't really like how it turned out. I still could see some scratches, and I also found a couple more, so I decided to try using my grain filler to fill them in. I mean, if it works on filling wood grain, it would probably work on these small scratches too. Once the grain filler had dried, I sanded the top again, and I applied a coat of clear shellac. Meanwhile, shellac on the drawers had dried, and I applied 2 coats of polyurethane. Two of the wooden sliders inside the dresser were busted. Someone had tried to fix them using some kind of glue, but obviously it didn't really work. I built the new ones using my table saw. It was supposed to be a little editing trick here, but by the time I finished working on those sliders, and it took me a while, I completely forgot that I was supposed to throw them on the table saw for the shot. Finally, I was happy with the smoothness of the top, and I applied 2 more coats of paint. The last step is to put the legs back on and attach the whole base to the dresser. And we're done here. Let me remind you how this dresser looked before. And here is the after. Enjoy the final result. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video.